Hi to everyone that's already joined. We're just going to give it another minute just to let some other people join, and we'll get going. Okay, let's get started. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Intro to Prospect CRM, the official CRM for Unleashed. So as some of you may already know, we are owned by the same company as Unleashed, but we have actually worked closely with Unleashed for a number of years now and share hundreds of customers, hence the natural acquisition of both products by the Access Group. So I guess just before we begin today, I should probably introduce myself. I'm Louise, and I'm the sales manager for Prospect CRM. And my team, which is the new business team, they operate from both the UK and Australia, making sure we provide the best service in all time zones. And I've actually worked with Prospect Soft now for 12 years. And I've been really lucky enough to watch the product grow and evolve over that time. Into what I'm going to show you today, and hopefully you'll agree that it is a really great product and something that I'm definitely proud to work with. So let's get into it. So why is Prospect CRM so perfect for Unleashed customers? Well, like I said, there is the obvious, we're owned by the same company, which does mean our two development teams work closely to make sure the things that we are developing in both systems fit together seamlessly. But actually, aside from that, the biggest reason is the product and how that fits with the types of businesses, such as yourself, using Unleashed. And the focus of Prospect CRM is on real businesses and creating real profitable growth, and not just any businesses, as we only have a focus on wholesale, manufacturing and distribution businesses. And something I love to see is our customer success stories, of which we do have many, just like Helen, who is the CEO of Pure Medic Health, who are, of course, a Prospect CRM customer and an Unleashed customer as well. Helen has kindly done a whole video on the use of Prospect CRM and Unleashed and how that's transformed their business, which you can watch. Obviously, I don't have time to go through all of that great stuff that Helen spoke about today, but just picking out a small section of that. And Helen actually said the day I had the call with someone from Prospect CRM was amazing. I could see all of my data there immediately and thought, this is life-changing. So the aim of today's webinar is to show you an insight into how our solution can achieve similar results for your business. Not that I can promise to change your life, but maybe let's see how we go. And, you know, maybe it's something that we can do for you, who knows. If you want to take a look at more customer success stories, specifically in the Unleashed marketplace, we do have a place on our website, which is www.prospectsoft.com/unleashed, where you can read lots more and even watch Helen's full video on how she uses Prospect and Unleashed together. So how do we compare in the market? There are literally hundreds of CRMs out there, but most have not been built specifically for product-led businesses. In fact, most are aimed at businesses selling services. And we've got a couple here on the screen of the most commonly heard of CRMs, as you can see. So just for today's comparison, we've got Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot. But actually, you can probably use any of the 100 CRMs out there I mentioned for this comparison. So I guess when you're choosing the right solution for your business, how do you know what CRM is right for your business and in such a saturated market? So there are lots of comparisons that you could actually make, such as, you know, the star ratings. But today, any good software business should be achieving those 5-star reviews, to be honest. So, you know, that's not really something you can focus on. If they're good businesses, they should have these, you know, top star ratings anyway. But actually, the real comparison is actually in the users of each of these CRM solutions. So you can see here by the reviews by industry for the likes of Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot, all of these are service-led businesses, none that actually sell physical products from stock. So, you know, financial services, marketing agencies, computer software, etc. But Prospect CRM is the only CRM designed specifically for product-led businesses, which is clearly shown when you break down our reviews by industry. So these are from, you know, real life review platforms where you can actually say what industry you're from, and this is the reviews by industry has been taken from that. So with Prospect CRM, as I mentioned, you know, our reviewers by industry are all these product-led businesses such as food, beverage, packaging, lighting, construction, etc., which is why we've coined the phrase stock-aware CRM. And all of these are physical product businesses that are selling a large proportion, if not all, to B2B. And therefore, all of our features are designed with these businesses in mind. And the way we have built our CRM is completely different to those that you might have seen or used previously, such as Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot, where the focus there is to sell a service, but the majority of the focus is then on delivering that service. They're not looking for, you know, repeat orders, or at least in the short term, they're not looking for repeat orders. But for our customers, a real focus is on, you know, just take an example of one of the features that we have, but is on the repeat customer orders, which is just not something these other CRMs can handle in the right way. And typically that means you end up with a pretty expensive name, address, and notepad taking system, which is obviously not what you want when you're spending, you know, the good money on these CRM solutions. But hopefully today I will show you why wholesale manufacturing and distribution businesses choose Prospect CRM. And also show you why we are voted the #1 stock-aware CRM, a term that is actually unique to us, which you'll see as we go through today's demo, and you'll see some of those features that make us stock-aware. As you can see as well, down at the bottom, we've also won a number of awards that we're really proud of, as these awards are voted on by are voted on by users themselves, and not actually terms that you would associate with CRMs typically, such as most implementable, easiest setup, loved by users, etc. You know, typically CRMs tend to have a bad rap for being hard to implement and hard to get users to adopt. But these awards are just a product of the great market fit that we do have with the businesses that we work with and the users within those businesses. So, you know, basically users can see the benefit of our solution and want to get stuck in and use it as quickly as possible. So what we do is we implement a really simple growth formula within Prospect CRM, specifically focused on wholesale manufacturing businesses. And that consists of 2 simple areas, as I said, get more customers, clearly a need for any successful business, regardless of industry. So looking at, you know, building opportunities and prospects and filling them into your funnel. But then the other side of that for wholesale manufacturing businesses is increasing customer you know, a higher customer lifetime value, which is all about looking at customer retention, repeat customer orders, cross-sell and upsell opportunities as well. So these are the 2 areas together. They should produce repeatable and profitable growth for wholesale manufacturing and distribution businesses. And if we just break that down a little bit more into the different sections that you can see here on the screen. So what we're looking at here is, you know, the typical sales funnel that you would expect to see or be able to manage in any CRM. So looking at attracting new business, qualifying those leads. So you're attracting those business through marketing generated activities, qualifying those leads, taking them through your typical sales process, and hopefully bringing them on board and getting them to place their first order with you as a customer. Sorry, this never plays too well for me, and I don't really know why, but I'm just trying to show you the second section of that, which is the what we call the flywheel, which is all about the customer lifetime value segment on here. Let me just see if I can go back and get that to play again. There we go. So as I was mentioning, kind of the other part of the growth formula is kind of not finished then for wholesale manufacturing businesses, because you want to have a focus on onboarding those customers and getting them to come back to you time and time again, placing repeat stock orders, and really taking full advantage of those customers that you're bringing on board, you know, through getting them to place more orders for different products that you might stock, increasing that order value, and again, just making sure that you are retaining them as a customer and they're not going to supplier. Because obviously what you don't want is this leaky bucket effect where you're filling the top of the funnel with lots of good opportunities, getting them through, closing the first order, bring them on board as a customer, but at the bottom you're leaking, you know, from your existing customer base. That's, you know, that doesn't equal profitable growth for wholesale and distribution and manufacturing businesses. So one of the things that we implement to make Prospect CRM such a success for our customers is the growth playbook. And if you were to go ahead with Prospect CRM, you would then get to run through this growth playbook with our onboarding consultants. And ultimately, this looks at each of the elements in that funnel and flywheel I just showed you. So looking at how do I attract new business, how do I then sell and close those opportunities and bring them on board as new customers, how do I then maximize the average order value, order frequency, and how do I retain those customers? And these various things in this, that there's the various things in here that you can see in here that you can look at to do those things. Don't worry, I won't go through all of this today, and we can send you this afterwards on a follow-up, or indeed you can run through it with one of our sales consultants on a kind of one-to-one basis. But, you know, as you can see here, we've got this kind of scale at the bottom where you've got things that require little or no effort and provide quick wins and early return on investment. And these are all some of the things that are already set up and ready to go, even when you take a free trial of Prospect CRM. And these are the things that I'll take you through in the demonstration today. But then as you go up toward the top of this grid, you'll see that you've got more things going on here, require a bit more planning, a bit more configuration, but could then have a bigger payback at the end of that kind of effort of embedding those. So this is something our onboarding team will go through with you to make sure we're focused on the right areas for your business at any one time. And we do also have a growth scorecard on our website, which you can see here. Sorry, if you go to our website, we've got a growth scorecard, which is available at prospectsoft.com/score app, where you can answer a series of questions, a fair benchmark for each of these sections. Then obviously the sections that I showed you, you get a fair benchmark for each of those sections, which then provide you with some best practice advice and documentation and so on to improve that score for you. Obviously, you do have to be brutally honest when you're doing this growth scorecard to gain anything from doing it. But the advice, etc., is irrespective of whether you take Prospect CRM or not. So I would encourage you to check that out and just see kind of, you know, where your areas are that you would like to focus on. You know, whether it's, you know, gaining more business, customer retention, etc. But this really does kind of identify areas in your business where you might want to have, focus a bit of improvement on, as I said, regardless of taking Prospect CRM. So be brutally honest, but give it a go and see what results you get. And you'll probably notice in that grid, just before I moved on from there, we just go back quickly. There's probably quite a lot of mention here of RFM, so RFM grid, etc. You'll see that quite regularly throughout this growth playbook. And that's actually one of the key tools we use within the CRM to help get a clearer picture, will help you get a clearer picture of your customer base. So what does RFM stand for? So it's actually an industry standard reporting logic. It's not something that we wrote or made up. If you Google it, lots of wholesale and distribution businesses have been using this reporting logic for a long time. But we have taken that logic and we have basically built up a report within Prospect CRM that uses that logic. And it focuses on recency, frequency, and monetary value of your customers. And because we have that integration to Unleashed, which we'll look at in a bit more detail during the demo today, we understand, you know, how if that customer's bought recently, if they buy frequently, and how much they typically spend with you on each of the orders. And then we can categorize your customers into each of these segments that you can see on the screen here. So things like champion customers, those that bought recently, buy often, and spend the most, all the way down to those that are at risk. So those that used to spend big money and used to purchase often, but haven't purchased for a long time. So it really allows you to kind of hone in within your customer base and, you know, do the right things at the right time based on what this is telling you. And we do actually, so the standard RFM that you Google won't have this section, but we've added a new section in, which is called New Customers. And that just allows you to have that real focus. So when you bring a new customer on board, they place their first order. Quite typically, that first order for wholesale and distribution businesses where they're selling high volume but low value products, that first order isn't particularly profitable. So there should be then a focus to get that new customer into the repeat buying schedule with you, and that doesn't typically happen to their third, fourth order. Their loyalty could go to a different supplier, etc. So it's just about understanding where you've got new customers, giving them early support to build up success with them and start building that relationship. So as I said, it does kind of really hone in on your customer base and what the situation is with each of them at any one time. We do have lots more information on our go.prospectsoft.com/RFM, and that talks a lot about, there's a webinar on there that talks a lot about leveraging RFM to increase sales and grow your business. So again, lots more information on RFM. I don't have time to obviously go through the ins and outs of that, but it's a really great tool, and you'll see how that looks when we get into the CRM shortly as well. So before we get into the demonstration, it's probably worth just having a look at what the integration between us and Unleashed is actually like. So it is a two-way integration that connects the two systems together. And actually, if you take a free trial of Prospect CRM, you can set the integration off. You can just literally enter your API keys, or you can actually go into Unleashed, take the trial from within your Unleashed app store. It will do all that integration for you. And it will automatically pick up things like currencies, taxes and warehouses, all your customer and supplier and contact information. And we actually keep those in sync as well with the CRM. We take all the special pricing and quantity breaks and price tiers, etc., from Unleashed, and we bring it all into we bring all in your historical orders, invoices, credits, and so on, against all your customers and suppliers. We then show all of this information in a sales environment, so within the CRM, which we can then do analysis on. We can do analysis on the data to provide sales and customer-led insights for your customer-facing teams. And we can also create new quotes and orders within the CRM and push those through to Unleashed. So the quoting side of it is carried out in the CRM, obviously the sales interface. But when that order is then, placed by your customers, you can push that through to Unleashed without rekeying that as well. We can also create new customer records. So when a prospect buys for the first time, you can actually create that account within Prospect CRM, again, making sure that you don't have this switching between apps and everything's in one centralized location for your customer-facing teams. You can also create new products as well. So if you quote, supplier products that you don't typically sell often or you've not sold previously, you can actually quote them from within Prospect CRM and not create them in Unleashed until you actually sell that product. And again, you can create that on the fly from Prospect CRM into Unleashed. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of integration going on there, quite a lot of data transfer between the two systems, really bringing all of that key information from Unleashed into Prospect CRM, where we can do all this analysis, which I'm going to show you now. We're going to get into the demonstration, which you'll be glad to know. So if I just switch my screens quickly, you should now be able to see the CRM itself. And we are straight into the account management dashboard, which if you take a trial of Prospect CRM and do that integration, it will automatically import that information, and straight away, without doing anything, you've got all this key analysis on your customer base on the account management dashboard because of all the information that we've imported through from Unleashed. And as you can see here, front and center, we have the RFM analysis, which I took you through in the presentation. As I mentioned, stands for recency, frequency, and monetary value. And as you can see, we categorize your customers into those different segmentations, such as loyal customer, potential loyalist, needs attention, at risk, etc., all in clear color coding. If I click on the See More section, it does take me through to a full list of all your customers, and it will show me exactly what RFM segment my customers are in. We do also import through the customer type and account manager from Unleashed as well. And then these reports can be used on, for different marketing activities, or you can export it to Excel. So if I go to this little menu at the top here, there's quite a lot of things that you can do with the report. So you can add your own fields in to make it more specific to report for your requirements. You can save to Excel, you can add it to a campaign activity, And you can even pinpoint and show on a Google map location. So you can pinpoint these customers on a kind of a location map there as well. If I just move down to the screen, we have a customer trends report giving you an overview of customers that are increasing and decreasing revenue year on year. And we've got some other kind of key reports or analysis on here about your existing customers as well. So we've got a needs engagement section, which allows us to highlight when the customers have not been spoken to for a certain amount of time. That's defaulted to 30 days, but there's lots of system options. And one of those options is you are enabling you to change that kind of 30 days to be more relevant to you if you need it as well. We also import through all your order information, as you can see here. So you get a view of the orders that are placed this month versus last month. And this is all based on the invoices and that sales history information that we're pulling through from Unleashed. You'll also notice some of these, so the close rate is blank at the moment, but as you start using Prospect CRM, these will start filling up with more information, giving you even further analysis on your customers based on, conversations, opportunities, etc., that you're working on with your customers. And probably most notable for wholesale and distribution businesses, we have our AI growth engine, which is all about identifying where you've got missing orders within your customer base. So as you can see here, probably just to let you know, I'm using a fictitious account today called Coffee and Bean. So you'll see lots of coffee companies and products within here. So maybe not relevant to you guys, but just to let you know that it is a fictitious coffee company. But you'll see here that as a company, I've got 11 missing orders. And I can see some of those on this front tile here. I can also see when they should have placed that order and the value of that order based on the kind of average they spend on the previous orders with us. If I head into the See More section, I get a full list of all the customers that should have ordered by now. I can see their days since last order and their average days between orders as well. And I can also see their RFM segmentation and their average order value that they place. And that's, again, based off those previous, we're taking an average of the previous orders they've placed with us as a company. This is all driven by the buying patterns we glean from the Unleashed sales history that we're continuously importing and updating. And actually, the imports from Unleashed are running every 15 minutes. This is real life, real-time data that you're looking at here as well. So this not only shows who we should be calling, but it also highlights customers who might be a churn risk quite early on as well, before they've actually, go and churn and maybe move to buying from a competitor. So it really gives us an edge there. This customer that places an order every 24 days, hasn't placed an order for 91 days, there might be something going on there, or we might just be able to give them a call and get that order in. But you can see by this report that I'm missing just over $100 worth of business that I could be getting in just by using this report. And again, we can do things here with this report, such as we can add notifications to let the account manager of that company know that they've got a missing order. We can also, again, send these to a marketing campaign. So we can do maybe an e-shop to them, offering them free delivery or 5% off if they place their next order within the next 2 days. So lots of things that you can do with that data. But from here, I can go and select a coffee, so a company. So I'm going to select the Boat Shed here as an example customer that we've got. And firstly, you can see the usual CRM stuff like company details, activity feeds, so where we can start storing notes and documents. And you can also see here all the previous orders this customer's placed with us. We've got a place where we can store and manage multiple contacts within the CRM, sales opportunities, which we'll come back to, where you can manage prospects and look at, going back to that getting more customer scenario to gain more customers, manage those prospects and manage a sales process within the CRM. We also have a section for customer service problems as well, or service tickets. So quite a lot of our customers, whilst they are not a service-led business, they might have a service arm to their business where they might do some warranty repairs on products, or indeed you can use it for, kind of a complaints procedure with your customers. So we do have the ability for you to manage after-sales processes within the CRM as well. We've also got quotes and orders, which we'll again come back to shortly. And we can see there where we can place quotes and sales orders for our customers. Lots of other things down here as well. So we've got document management and also, a view into the Unleashed system as well. So we can see their balance on accounts. We've got the company address and all the information from Unleashed viewable in the CRM. And we've even got a nice little open in Unleashed button there, so you can actually go and open this customer record directly within Unleashed if you have an Unleashed login. If I just head back to the detail screen for this customer, I can also see that if I go to the right-hand side of the screen, I've got this at a glance section, which gives us the top level view of this customer and the spend information. So straight away, when I come into a customer record, I can see their RFM segmentation, when their last order was placed, and it does also highlight to me if they should have placed an order by now as well. And we've also got that top level spend information by the last 365 days and the financial year to date spend too. We've also got lots of other information that you can hold on a customer. So as I mentioned, we do pull through the account manager and customer type from Unleashed, but these are all fields in this categorization section where you can configure these to be your own. So we're really flexible in terms of the look and feel of the site and making it your own with the different configurable drop downs and so on. And if we just head over to this little 3 dots menu, you can also see that the screen is fully customizable as well. So you can remove fields that you're not using, you can rename and repurpose fields, and you can also add up to 30 custom fields per record as well, if you want to store some additional information that we don't have a standard field for. All of those customizations, if you add a new field, they all go into our report builder as well. So you're able to actually report on not only standard fields, but any custom ones that you add as well. If I just click on one of these tiles in the at a glance section, so I'm going to click on the last 365 days tile, that will actually take us through to a full list of all of the sales history for this customer. So everything they've purchased, we're importing this through from Unleashed. I can see all the products they've purchased, how many times they've purchased them. I can see things like the price they paid, also the order numbers and the invoice numbers as well have all come through. I've also got this little open in Unleashed button here as well, so I can go and actually view that transaction within Unleashed and open up that record again if I've got an Unleashed login. So it's really quite cool having all this information. You can see exactly, if a customer rings up and says, how much do I pay for the dark roast 500 gram bag? You can come in here and see exactly when they last ordered it and how much they paid for that item as well. But we also take all this sales history information and we amalgamate that into our sales analysis section for each customer. So you get a real deep dive into each of your customers where you can see things like the top level information, again, RFM segment, their order frequency. So this customer usually places an order every 79 days. And we also then get a closer view into their order values by invoice by month and also order value by month as well. These are interactable graphs, so you can kind of zoom in on different areas. And I've also got this see more section, which takes me through to a full kind of list report of the spend by customer, by month and by year as well. So I can see in August 2023, the customer spent $55 and so on. We also break that down. I probably should go to a different customer because that is obviously not a great one there. Let me go to Brown's Coffee of Ipswich and just reopen that. So we should have some product data then on this one. There we go, that looks a lot better. So you can see here, not only do we kind of show the order values and invoice values, but we can also break that down by product as well. So I can see Brown's Coffee of Ipswich, their most popular product they buy from us is the Australian coffee beans. And if I go to the see more section, I get a full list of all the products this customer's ever purchased from us. And I can see how many times they've ordered it and the value of those orders as well. So not only do we import your full customer file through from Unleashed, we're also importing through your full product file as well. And if I click on one of these products, if I go to the Australian coffee beans here at the top, I've got all this information that we've imported through from Unleashed on the product levels. If you've got imagery in Unleashed, we pull those through, or you can just add them into Prospect CRM. But that allows us to do quite cool things with quotation templates that you can send to prospects and your customers, where we can place product imagery within the quotation documents as well. Just a nice little fluffy feature there. But you can see that we pull through some information about the product, such as the list price, cost price, quantity available. And we also pull through all the purchasing order information as well. So we can actually see in Prospect CRM, if you've got this product on order, when the next available date is. So if you've got none in stock, the salesperson can quite easily see and tell the customer when we can provide that product to them. If you manage bill of materials, we also provide that information in Prospect CRM from Unleashed as well, and you can see a buildable amount based on the bill of materials that you've got for that product that could be manufactured and sent out, and how long it might take. But we also import through all of the price tiers, as I mentioned previously. So you can see here we've got our VIP, wholesale, etc. That's all imported through from Unleashed, which does mean that when you're keying quotes and orders in Prospect CRM, we adhere to all the special pricing, whether that be the price tier that's set against that customer in Unleashed, where you've got quantity break pricing, etc. We make sure that obviously your quoting and sales orders do reflect what is in Unleashed on that pricing structure as well. You can store those images, as I mentioned. We do pull them through for Unleashed, but we also have the ability to link files to products as well. So you might have specification files, instruction manuals, drawings, etc. They can all be stored against the product within Prospect CRM. And just taking a look at that stock levels in a little bit more detail, we can actually import the stock from multiple warehouses. We can give you that available stock count for all of the warehouses as well. And if I go to the purchases information, again, we can see that supplier information. If you've got a particular purchase order for that product, when it's due in, and you'll also see if it's been delivered as well, and the quantity that was delivered. That will all come through from Unleashed once you update that in, once you've got those products in. Against the product, we also provide the sales transactional history, just like I showed you on a customer, but this time it shows us the customers that have purchased this product. But again, a full sales history on that product. And if I go to the sales analysis section on a product, I can see the top buyers of a product here, again, all based on the sales history that we're importing. And I also get to see that seasonality and buying patterns for each of the products as well. So not only can we provide the reporting and the analysis on the customer data, we can also do that from a product perspective too. So as you can start seeing now, hopefully all of this coming together and showing you, where that stock aware CRM is coming into play with all this information that we're importing through to Unleash, and kind of where that seamless integration is. So whilst the Unleashed data sharing helps sales and account management teams increase the new sales revenue, as well as the customer lifetime value that we've spoken about, of course, there's a wealth of other features, which a little bit some of those I've touched on already. But without getting into too much detail, if I click on the create menu at the top here, you can see all of the other features that you would expect from a CRM. So obviously being able to store and manage company records, business contacts, B2C contacts. So you can create your prospects in the CRM. So we import all your customers from Unleashed, but obviously you're probably going to be managing prospects that you don't want to be included in Unleashed until they purchase for the first time from you. And we do also provide a bulk data import feature as well. So if you go to an event or a show, you can actually import on bulk new prospect information. We also provide an inquiry form logger and inquiry, so you can actually create an inquiry form within Prospect CRM, apply that to your website. It's got recapture and stuff on it as well, but that will automatically then create an inquiry within Prospect CRM for a salesperson to pick up, qualify, and take through to a sales opportunity, etc. And then obviously that coupled with our campaign manager, where you can build up targeted marketing lists with the data in Prospect CRM. And we also have integration to third-party email marketing tools such as Klaviyo and MailChimp. So that kind of focuses on that top funnel, getting more customers scenario of building up those prospects. But then, as I mentioned, we have the sales opportunity management, which we'll take a look at, just basically managing prospects and a longer sales process. We have problem tracker, which I mentioned, which is all about customer service ticketing. And then we have the quotes and sales orders, which you can manage in Prospect CRM as well. Full document management, and we also have a report builder. So whilst there's a wealth of reports in the CRM already, you can actually use our report builder to create your own reports that are probably more aligned to your business. So that is a feature that is readily available for you as well. So if I go back to our customer record, which is Brown's Coffee of Ipswich, and I go to our contacts within here, and I can see we've got Michelle Jury, who works at Brown's Coffee, as well as John Brittner. So you can hold an unlimited number of contacts within here. And if I click on Michelle Jury, Again, you can see that we hold what you'd expect from a CRM solution. We can start, adding email addresses in, phone numbers, etc. And we've also got Google Map integration, as you can see here as well. But this is where we can start then logging activities that we're having with our contacts and our customers. So you can see a full activity feed here of all the emails that Michelle's been sent by us, any documents that I've sent to Michelle. I can also see any notes, etc. In here as well. So I can keep a full correspondence activity feed for my customers, which is a simple kind of entry. So I can say, Michelle called, please call back. And we can actually assign tasks to ourselves or other users of the CRM. So I can simply click assign task and I can choose who I want to assign that to. I'm just going to set that for myself for today. And if I save that, that will go into the activity feed. So it keeps that full log of exactly what's happening, what's going on, past and present. And I've also got this little bell icon at the top here, which holds my tasks. So I get a notification here for my follow-up for Michelle, which I can go and action. We've also got email notifications on that as well. So if you set that for somebody else, they will get an email notification to say they've got a new task to complete. But what I can actually then do is Michelle's on the phone and she wants me to create a quote for her. She wants to place an order. She needs to get a purchase order reference first. So what I can do is go to the little plus button against Michelle and I can create a quotation. You can see here a multi-currency. It will take the currency on the account, but you can quote in any other currency if that is something you need to do. You can also see the price tiers here, so I can select this. If I'm doing a quote for a prospect that doesn't yet exist in Unleashed, I can actually select which price tier they should be charged from before I do that quotation. But if it's an existing customer, we'll automatically take the price tier that's been set in Unleashed, as well as tax codes, default warehouse, and so on. You'll also see there's a source here, so I can also link our sales opportunities, quotes and orders to marketing campaigns that we're running. So you can do lots of, return on investment reporting on that side of it as well. But if I just click create, that will take us through to our quotation screen. And the first thing it will do, because Grounds of Coffee is an existing customer that have purchased previously from us, it will offer me their most frequently ordered items from their sales history in this drop down that you can see here. So straight away, if Michelle's placing a repeat order, I can add products from this drop down and I can see what the price is that Michelle will pay. And I can also see straight away what the stock availability is for this product. I can add it to the quotation and I can change the quantity to be what Michelle wants to order. And I've got this little pencil icon here, which I can click on. And if I pop that out, it tells me some key financials about the product. So I can do, profit reporting on margin versus cost price. So you can see here, I've got the price to Michelle, what the cost price is, the margin percentage on that, and I can apply a discount here if I want to as well. We've also got the stock information directly for that particular product on here. And I've also got a nice little view into the recent history, so I can see the last time Michelle purchased this product, what price she paid and how many she purchased as well. I can also do a product search, so I can search by product code or by product description. So if I put in here beans, it will filter my product list down and allow me to find the product I want to add. And we've also got this add products button at the top here. If I click on that, it will open up a full product search for me. I can filter down by category if I want to. But from here, I can then add the quantities in what we call a multi-line order entry fashion. So again, making repeat ordering quite easy. I can then add those to my quotation in the background. We've also got some other reports that help for repeat ordering. So you can see here, I've got this little drop down. If I click on that, I can also create an order from Brown's Coffee's recently purchased history or their popular products as well. So if I go to the recently purchased, that will then show me all the products that Michelle's recently purchased, and I can go and add those to the quotation that I'm doing for Michelle on this occasion. So I'm just going to add those products and close that down. We also provide this little drag and drop feature down the bottom. So if your customer sends you a spreadsheet of their order by email or whatever, as long as it's got the product code and a quantity as a minimum, you can drag and drop that spreadsheet into the bottom here, and it will actually create the quotation or the order for you without you having to rekey that. So now I've built up the quotation that Michelle has given me over the phone. I can, she obviously, as I said to you, she probably wants a purchase order. She wants to take to a purchasing team to get a purchase order reference to order these products. So from here, I can go and actually create a quotation to send to Michelle. If I click on the plus button and click on documents, we have full Word integration, so we can actually build those templates up in Word. We can add your colours and logos to them in your branding. So if I just select here, quotation document, you can just see a little thumbnail image of what that quotation document might look like in Word. We can put your colours, your logos, branding, as I mentioned on there, and we can populate all the other details like Michelle's name, the quotation template within that Word document, which can be sent then out to Michelle. If I just cancel out of that though, I'm going to use the email templates that we've got instead, and I'm going to click on Michelle's email address here. And I'm going to select a template from the drop down that we've got on this email screen. So you can see here we can pre-create templates that we can use within the CRM. So I'm going to select email cover for simple PDF quote. That will automatically add some standard email text into the body of the email, but you can see it's also created me a document, a PDF attachment, and attached that to this email as well. So Michelle's got that quotation in that document format. We have full integration to Outlook and Gmail, so we can actually, whilst this email editor is within Prospect CRM, so we can do the cool things like creating email templates and also email tracking, so you can see when Michelle's opened this, if she's clicked on any links, etc., within Prospect CRM. But we can actually link this up to your Outlook or Gmail account, so it will be sent from your normal domain with your signatures on it. So to the customer, it's still being sent from your email client. But if I send that out to Michelle, that will store a copy of that quotation that we've sent to Michelle. You'll be able to see that in the activity feed, as I showed you earlier. And as I said, we do have that email tracking, so you can then see exactly when Michelle's been delivered to Michelle, if she's opened it, how many times she's opened it, etc. So if you're wanting to call Michelle up and chase this in, you can see, if she's actually received it and opened it, and you can go from there. Just close that down. So hopefully Michelle gets that document. And as I said, if I go to the document section here, you'll be able to see that email trail here. And again, I've got all that full traceability on the quotation to be able to see if Michelle's actually opened it. So you can see it's been processed, and obviously once she opens it, that will be shown there as well. So if Michelle then gives us a call and wants to go ahead with that, she's got the purchase order reference that she wanted to get, we can simply stick that in there. We can also check the delivery details, and we also can select the delivery method, the Unleashed delivery method from here as well. If you have delivery charges, we can set those up within Prospect CRM, so you can add those at the point of sale too. And I can then simply click confirm order, and that will send that through to Unleashed as a sales order, ready to be picked, shipped and invoiced as normal. Once that order has been confirmed, we also get that sales order reference back into the CRM, which is fully searchable, and obviously with the with all the data analysis that we do on sales history, that will also go into those reports as well. So you can see that's now been waiting to be confirmed, and in a second that will then go through to Unleashed as a sales order. We also do provide, so if you've got pro forma customers or somebody that's maybe over credit limit, etc., within Unleashed, we also have integration to Stripe, so we can also take card payments through the CRM as well. So if I just go back to the entry screen, you can see there that's now been confirmed, and we've also got that sales order reference come back through from Unleashed already as well. So if you then go and open that in Unleashed, you'll actually be able to see that order reference, that order in there, and your operational team will be able to pick that up and obviously get that picked and sent out to your customer. And the invoicing will then take place through your accounting system just as normal. So we kind of leave the process there. Obviously for prospects, we do have that all-important sales opportunity management as well. And if I just head back to the dashboard reports that we looked at earlier, so we've had a real focus on our existing customers here on the account management dashboard and with that order processing side of it and quotation. But we do also have that sales pipeline management. So we've got here sales rep dashboard. So if you're creating sales opportunities through the CRM, you can customize the pipelines and all sorts of things on that as well. But as a salesperson, I can see what opportunities that I'm working on, what quotes are still open that I've got to convert over to order. So as a salesperson, I can see exactly, you know, I've likely to hit $30,000 this month of opportunities that I'm working on. So it really gives them a focus on those open opportunities, making sure, you know, they don't fall through the cracks. You've got that task management to set against opportunities as well, so making sure the salesperson is following them up, doing the normal sales process, and making sure they, you know, convert as many opportunities through to order as possible. We also provide a sales manager view of that as well. So whilst we can individually provide the sales reps that are logged in with their details, as a sales manager, you'll be able to see that information for all of your sales team. So you can see, you know, how many closed deals you've got at the moment, what value of those are. You can also see the kind of likely or forecasted value of orders that are going to be coming in this month, or you can do different timescales as well. But I've also got the ability to actually see lost opportunities and why we're losing those as well. So you can start reporting on, we lost this opportunity on price or to competitor or quality, and you can start taking actions to kind of look at those and trying to, you know, provide solutions for that going forward. We also have a sales pipeline Kanban view as well. So where you can kind of look at this in the Kanban view, and you can drag and drop these around. As a salesperson, I can say, actually, that's now been pushed out to May. That's not going to close until May. And again, really allowing you to manage that sales forecasting and pipeline within Prospect CRM. And if I just go into this opportunity here, just to show you what this looks like. So you can see I've got an opportunity that I've created under John Daly, who works at the Coffee Club. I've got a full activity feed where I can start, you know, building up the correspondence emails that I'm sending out specifically about this opportunity. And I've got the ability to set things like the status and the stage of where I am in the sale, what I think it's likely to close. And as a salesperson, we can set our gut feeling with this photometer of how likely we think it is to close by that date. And then all these kind of things in the status section then lend itself to that sales pipeline reporting that I just showed you. But you can create quotations directly underneath opportunities as well. And again, we can take those values on those sales reporting, the sales reports that we're doing. So you've got the full ability to see kind of the forecast, but also the conversion of opportunities to order as well within Prospect CRM. And probably saving the best till last, and one of the other dashboard reports that we have is our Magic Matrix dashboard. Now, again, this is not a solution that we actually devised. It was written by the Harvard Business School, the Harvard Business School. So Magic Matrix allows you to look at where you've got cross-sell and upsell opportunities within your existing customer base. So with Unleashed, we actually import your product categories, so you can use those for this, or you can actually configure your own categories within Prospect CRM specifically for the Magic Matrix. But we take the product categories from Unleashed, and you can see here, we then highlight to you where you've got customers that are unaware, so have never purchased a product from that product category, and also where they are, you know, they have purchased from that category as well. So straight away, you can see where you've got gaps within your product base and how you can kind of push those out to your existing customers. So even without gaining new customers, without, you know, going out to market and building up that customer base, you can really start growing those sales, even with the customers that you have today, with the products that you have today as well. So if I just go to Open Magic Matrix, this shows us the kind of the segmentation between aware and unaware in a nice grid view. So at the top here, I can see a full list of all the product categories across the top, and down the side, you've got all of your customers. And then you've got the clear color coding in the middle with red showing you where you've got customers that are unaware and have never purchased a product from within that category. So that this customer, barbecue and drink, has never bought a product in the coffee carts category. But in green, you can see where they have purchased products. So they do purchase your coffee equipment. And this is, again, all based on that sales history that we're importing through from Unleashed. But the idea of this is that you can actually then start building awareness. So I've got this build awareness button, which then allows or takes you through building campaigns to start marketing to customers about your coffee equipment, your coffee carts that are not yet aware that you actually do those products. And then off the back of that, you can start logging opportunities to work on with your customers. You might want to send samples, you might do a site visit, etc. But the idea that is then, we move these from red to orange, which means they're aware they're in a campaign about this particular product category, to blue, which means you've created an opportunity under that customer for that product, and then hopefully then onto green, where they then purchase that product from you. So it's really about building that awareness, looking at those cross-sell opportunities that you've got within your existing customer base. So I've obviously, that's a pretty whistle-stop tour of Prospect CRM. There's lots and lots of other features to kind of uncover. As you can see, there's lots going on here, and we probably want to get in a bit more depth about that, which is really was great. And we've got a sales team, as I mentioned, we've got sales consultants that can do one-to-one demos with you using your data. So if I just jump back to my slides that I had earlier and just talk you through the kind of trial process going forward. So as I said, you can take a free trial of Prospect CRM. It's a 14-day free trial. You integrate that to your Unleashed, you can see your data, how that will look and how this analysis looks for your data as well. So everything that I've shown you today is available in the free trial. So even if you don't want Prospect CRM, take the free trial 14 days, get some information on RFM and missing orders, etc. Have a look at that data and see what it's like. After the 14 days, obviously we do remove your data and the integration, etc. But it's a 14-day free trial. You can go to our website, prospectsoft.com, and take a free trial from there. Equally, you can actually log into your Unleashed and go to your integration store and take a free trial from within there instead. And actually doing that, if you go to Unleashed to do that, it actually does all that integration for you without you having to put your API keys in. So definitely go and take a trial and see your data in the reports that I've shown you today and how that looks for you. And we've also got an offer on for our Unleashed customers as well. So if you take a trial by the 22nd of March and then subscribe within that 14-day free trial, we're also offering the first 3 months half price as well. You can view our pricing. So we're pretty open about our pricing fully. You can go to our website and you can see the pricing. So prospectsoft.com/pricing. You can see all the different subscription options on there and the price of those. Now, you won't see the 3 months half price on there because obviously we're only offering that to our Unleashed customers that have joined the webinar today. So just bear that in mind when you go to the pricing page. Obviously, that won't be shown on there. So I think we've got a bit of time left for some questions. If I know a couple of you have been dropping them in as we've been going, which is great. Thank you very much. I'll just give you a quick second if there's any questions that you want to pop in there, and then we'll go through some of that questions in there and see if we can get those answered today. If we don't have time for all of them, don't worry, we will come back to them individually. And again, if you do take a trial, I will get a sales consultant to reach out to you so you can have a one-to-one conversation with them about your data, about what the CRM might look like for you, and we can go from there. So I will just have a look at what questions that we've got today and answer that. So what is the price of Prospect CRM? So yes, sorry, I probably should have gone through that with you. Let me just come out of this screen and go to our website and I can show you that straight away. Just change that to Australian dollars. Sorry for anyone that's from New Zealand. We do have that. If you go to the pricing page, you can switch to New Zealand dollars here as well. But you can see that our professional CRM, which includes everything that I've shown you today, starts at $603. That does include up to 4 users. So you can take up to 4 users within that. If you want more, you can obviously add more users on. If you just use this nice little option here, you can choose how many users you would have on CRM and it will give you the price for those. But our base professional CRM is $603. That does include our onboarding as well. So we take onboarding pretty seriously. We want our customers to be a success. We've got a great onboarding team. So our subscription, that's our subscription price, and we don't actually have any additional onboarding costs on top of that. We do have additional service items that you can have alongside onboarding. So if you want, additional training days or data imports from other systems, we do have a service catalogue where we would charge for those things, but our standard onboarding process we provide free of charge to all of our customers. So yes, that's our pricing. If there's any other questions about that, please let us know. We will obviously have a conversation, a bit more detail about that. If you just scroll down, you'll also be able to see what's included in each package as well. Most of our Unleashed customers tend to opt for the professional CRM. We don't really have anyone on advanced CRM that's pretty, pretty substantial and more complex for more complex requirements, which I'm hoping you guys don't have. If you're Unleashed, you're a pretty standard customer for us, and it all just works nicely. Cool. Okay, what other questions have we got here? Okay, what does the onboarding include? Yeah, so we do have a full document that we can send you about our onboarding, but typically it includes a welcome call where we kind of structure how or what you need from us. It includes a configuration call, so we help you do the configuration options like the drop downs and the system settings within the CRM. We obviously follow that up with an email and next steps. It includes training, one standard import of either contacts or opportunities. And we also then do the handover to support as well. Obviously, that's a kind of top level view. There's a lot more to it, but that is something we can send you a full kind of visibility of what our onboarding includes. Okay. Let's have a look at what other questions we've got. Sorry, I'm just bringing those questions back up now. How do you create a contact in the CRM? There's a couple of ways you can do that. So if I go back to the CRM system here, if I go to that create button, we've got that company. So if you're creating a fully new record, so a whole new company and contact underneath that, you can click on the company button here. You can add a name in, a type, phone number, etc. And that will be added in to the CRM. You can then obviously create a business contact. You can create contacts within the CRM. We've got nice little email lookups there. So it does things like station-labeled searching across LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. And you can add your contacts in from there. We do also have, if I go to the contact section, so we've got a navigation menu down the side. If I go to the contacts little icon, you also see that we've got a data import tool here as well. So you can do those en masse if you want to too. Another question is, I've been on your website and seen some documents about having a secondary connection to our accounting system, Xero. Can you explain more about that? Yes. So typically, most of our customers will have Unleashed as their operational system, which is the main connection that we have. That's where we pull all the data from. But obviously, there are things our customers will have either QuickBooks, Unleashed customers will have either QuickBooks or Xero as their accounting system. And we can actually have a secondary connection to that to pull through things like age receivables. So being able to see if you've got unpaid invoices from a customer, equally paid invoices, what the balance on account is. So we can actually have that secondary connection to show the age receivables reports within Prospect CRM. So again, just making sure your sales, account management team, etc., don't have to go and switch apps every time to find all this information out. It's in that one centralized location of Prospect CRM. Okay. There is a couple more questions. They're a bit more long-winded. So what we'll do is we'll take those offline. Thank you for everyone for asking those questions. We will take those offline and send you some more information on that. I hopefully look forward to working with you all and taking you through your trials on a one-to-one basis. If there's any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we can have a conversation following the webinar. You will also get a recording of this as well. So if you haven't had enough of me already, you get to watch this back, or you can forward it to your colleagues as well. But that will be sent out in the next kind of 24 hours for you. But thanks so much for joining. It's been a pleasure taking you through Prospect CRM today. And as I said, hopefully we'll speak again in the near future. Thanks very much and have a great day.